BID services.
3 people sign into one another. Man being sight-guided down a city street into an office.
BID's aim is to break down barriers to enable people who are deaf, visually impaired, or have other sensory impairments to access services. For example, translating letters, understanding benefit information, or going out into the community.
2 ladies sitting scrolling through a phone. 2 men using BSL in slow motion.
BID is fantastic because they're so welcoming to the community and everybody feels so comfortable using sign language. These services are fantastic because they bring people together and they're able to use sign language and provide access to information.
Sometimes I have to make a phone call to clarify something and there's an interpreter available to make the phone call to sort out the issue that is then relayed to me in sign language, which really helps me understand the information and I go home satisfied. If I didn't have that, there would be a lot of barriers.
Close-up of a woman typing on a laptop and talking on her headset.
So we embed co-design and co-production principles in everything we do when we're dealing with our clients, our service users. It's really important to us that we must have them at the center of everything we produce. So they really add to our learning. It's a two-way process. We learn from them about how they want to interact with us, how they want to engage with us, and that makes our services much better for them.
My work is important because since COVID, lots of people who are deaf, hard of hearing and visually impaired have felt really isolated. So here we've set up lots of community events and activities so that they can feel part of a community and reduce isolation and give them something to look forward to every week.
Archery instructor supporting woman to use a bow and arrow.
I enjoy coming to youth club because it's really good getting involved in lots of activities every week.
Children and adults cycle past in a park in slow motion.
It's really important for deaf people, blind, hard of hearing, people with lots of different disabilities to be able to access the service because there are lots of barriers. I am deaf myself. I've faced a lot of challenges and barriers in my life. So I can empathise with clients and be that role model to show them that they too can remove barriers and get a job.
Man using a phone with magnified text. Man demonstrates document magnifier.
I've been a volunteer for 2 years and I helped to run the hard of hearing group. And I had lots of advice and information, and I now use that, my experiences, to help other people.
We find that if we can get people together in a welcoming and supportive environment, then there's so much learning that can happen between people who experience the world in very similar ways. And through that, they can gain confidence. And they take that confidence outside into areas not just around us, but into the wider society, and that is invaluable.
2 children playing chess.
Follow us on social media to find out more. Search for BID services, X, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn.